Well, hello. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be able to speak for a few minutes here. First of all, I'm stand-in for Rebecca Andreasson, who is the Business Development Manager for India. Myself work in Africa, but she's sick, had some lung problems, so she was not allowed to fly. But she's working now again, and she will come back. So I will do this presentation, so beware with me. Don't come with too hard questions about the Indian market and such, but I cannot answer that. But anyway, we work with power quality. And power quality is basically what challenges you have on the electrical grid, such as problem, sags, swells, harmonics, flicker, what have you. And our system actually detects these problems and presents it to you. We doesn't have any solutions for this problem, but we give you the information about what kind of problem, where you have it, and also who is responsible of the problem. So to do a metaphor, we are like the doctor's stethoscope. Listen to your heart, you know. Before, you have to listen to the heart before you give the medicine. So that's is about our system as well. We detect what issues you have. And I'm glad also that Mr. Patwardhan pointed out also about the challenges that comes with renewable energy on the grid, because the trend now is, of course, to install solar panels and windmills, etc. And that, of course, we should do. It's very important to do that, but that will also create a lot of problems on the grid. That we know for sure. So if we don't measure that, we will actually have a very hard time finding out the problems. So I just want to emphasize that what you are saying there was very good. This is just to show you an example from Zambia that we worked a lot with. And this is just the first page of a report that you get from our system. And these reports tell you actually on voltage regulation and flicker and balance, etc., what kind of problems you have. And also, if you go further in the report, you see where you have them, and is it upstream coming from a customer, or is it downstream maybe caused by the utility itself, etc. So the reporting tool in our system is mainly the important thing that we use, you know, to be able to find a solution for the problems. Yeah? See here if I can go to the next slide. So the system is basically different power quality meters that you install on different voltage levels on the grid. Then you have a software solution, you do analysis there. You can also do all sort of things, you know, when it comes to sorting and filter out different problems. And of course you have the report, decision-making reports, and also reports that make sure that you follow the local national grid, for instance. Your name is Verma, right? Mr. Verma, yeah. You pointed out that it has to be some economical benefits with investments, and that, of course, is very smart to point out. And in terms of power quality, we did a questionnaire with our customers in Sweden with just one question. Why do you buy power quality, and what are the underlying benefits with it for you? And this is actually the answer the customers in Sweden said. It's reduce energy losses, okay? Reduce lifespan up to 50% with components. Because if you have a transformer and you have a lot of harmonics creating heat, you know, this transformer maybe will live for 15 years, you can say. But if you can reduce the harmonics, it maybe can live for 25 years. So that's a very important part in terms of power quality, to detect problems and do the right investments before it becomes a big problem. It's complicated to find out who is responsible. That is a very important question also when in terms of power quality. I have an example actually for a customer, a mining customer to a utility. They were fighting because the mining industry called the utility and say, hey, what's going on? We have power cuts all the time. This is not good. You're creating chaos here. You have to fix this. And the utility didn't really know how to figure this out. So we installed a couple of meters, actually. And after years and years of discussion, we find out that there was an elevator going up and down in the shaft that was creating the problem from the beginning. So it's actually not the utility's fault at all. It was actually from the customer side. And it's not pointing out fingers and blaming. It's just to improving, you know, to make the grid stronger, to make the customer more aware, and also to make more sustainable electrifying of India, you can say. Production stops, of course, and bad production quality, non-cost effective. It was just answer that we got with power quality. And I know I spoke to you, Mr. Deper, also shortly on Tata Power, that you have started now to look into power quality. And as I understand, you have a test installation ongoing, and you have a discussion with Rebecca all the time to invest more in this kind of systems. And that makes me very glad, because I see similarity with Africa, where I work, with maybe some kind of, I would say, a weaker grid, maybe not that strong that we have in Europe. And we need to do the right investments in the grid to make a more sustainable solution. So that's all for me. Thank you very much.